All right, so we're in Japan, and we are in the Oirase National Forest, which is a Japanese national forest, and we're going on this nature hike today. And one of the first things we come upon, which was pretty cool, you're going to hear bells because there's like people are wearing,
much like tourists in Alaska, they love their bear bells.
They're wearing bear bells, like 10 bear bells on one person. But this is really cool. This is called the Stone Hut, and you can see this big slab of, I think that's granite, propped up there with trees growing off of it, making this little cave here, which they've got roped off so we can't go in there. But it's one of the first things. We just stepped onto the trail here, and it's one of the first things we saw. So that's really cool. And then of course I think this whole trail follows this lake here, or stream, and we're going to be walking up to the lake where it originates.
Lake Tawada.
Tawada, yeah. So we're not sure how far it is because it's in kilometers, but I think we estimated it's going to take us about 3 hours. So whatever that is. And we're going to film a little bit along the way. If we see anything cool, we'll stop and film it. And we're hoping to get some wildlife. I don't know. I'm not really sure what all's around here. I know there's bears. But other than that, I don't know. There was like a picture of it almost looked like a goat or something on the map.
There's wild pigs.
And so we'll see. We'll see if we see anything. But there's a lot of people on the trail, as you can see, and a lot of bear bells. So I doubt we'll run into any wildlife, but you never know. This very reminiscent of the boreal forest back home in Alaska. Really reminds me of that. Of course, it has been raining, so everything's very wet, very damp. So that might add to that comparison.
It's not supposed to rain today, though. We might have perfect timing.
Yeah, but I brought my raincoat just in case. This is very muddy through here. And of course, I'm not wearing hiking boots either. I'm wearing my street shoes because that's all I have other than my sandals. But we'll make do. We have to, because we have to get to the end, because that's where the bus is going to pick us up. But anyway, enjoy the scenery, and hopefully we'll get some wildlife for you. But if not, we'll get some of this beautiful Japanese national forest.
It might be here, maybe.
Pretty cool. There's a fallen tree. We see signs everywhere saying, watch out for fallen trees, watch out for fallen trees. They're really worried you're going to get smushed by a tree.
hotel bus. Mile and a half. Different fern species. I got.
So what do you think so far?
I think it's beautiful.
She says she thinks it's beautiful.
Yeah, and I love the sound of a river. Like, I love the sound of flowing water, whether it's the ocean or a river. That's very enjoyable. I find the other people on the trail amusing between the bear bells
Yeah, it's almost like
and stopping to take a picture of everything they see.
it's almost like being in a concert of Carol of the Bells or something. There's just bells everywhere. Most people are wearing like 5 to 10 bells, which, I mean, to be fair, Japan has the most bear attacks per capita of any other country, even including Alaska and US. So I understand why they're concerned.
They can't carry firearms to protect themselves.
Yeah, and they can't carry firearms. Once again, I find myself in a foreign country unable to exercise my Second Amendment. If you're familiar with my videos from Canada, but I'm not too worried about bears. One, because I mean, as you can see, there's a lot of other people on this trail, and two, we're about 2 foot taller and wider than all these other people. So I don't think a bear is going to mess with us when it has all these other soft targets around to focus on. So, I mean, ooh, look at that. You never know. That's cool. This little pool here. This would be a great spot to fish. In fact, we've seen several fishermen here on the side of the road fishing. Haven't seen anybody catch anything. We haven't seen any fish. I thought I saw one a while ago, but I wasn't sure.
Plus, we're also walking on a trail that mostly parallels with the road.
Yeah, the road is
So
like right
it's
there.
not like hiking in Alaska where you're going deep into the mountains.
Yeah.
And you rarely see another person. But
Yeah.
it's still enjoyable. I mean, anytime we're outside appreciating nature, I'm happy.
All right. Well, I think we're about a mile and a half in.
Yeah,
something
we're a
like
mile and a half in, about halfway there, we think.
that? Yeah. So we're gonna keep going, and we'll check in a little bit. There's in that little creek and that into the.
Yeah.
There's a much better view of it from this angle. A little mini waterfall. All right, so in case you're wondering what kind of outdoor knowledge, survival skills, and just wildlife intelligence I bring to the table here at Alasquatch, just remember that I brought a tuna and mayonnaise sushi roll into bear country. So just keep that in mind when you watch my videos. You probably shouldn't listen to anything I say. So we had a little bit of a snafu with the map. I just realized, well, we just realized that the bus that dropped us off here doesn't go all the way to the lake, to the end. So we're about 3 miles in, and we're gonna have to turn around and go back about a mile to catch our bus, take us back to the hotel. I'm a little disappointed we're not gonna get to go all the way to the end, but I mean, it was a good hike. I had a good time, saw a lot of great scenery, but yeah, I'm glad we caught that now and not when we got all the way to the end, because it was about another 2-hour hike back to the bus stop, and that would have been a little bit more than I'm willing to do. We've been walking a ton anyway, so it was a good hike, and we're gonna stop here at the restrooms, have a little snack, and start heading back. But I'm glad my wife noticed that on the map before we got too far. It would have been morale crushing if we'd have got there and realized, oh no, the bus isn't coming, we got to turn around. So anyway, we'll get some more footage on the way out, but I think, well, we did about 3 miles anyway, close to it anyway.
3.24 miles.
Yeah, 3.24 miles. That's respectable. So as you can see, it's cleared out a lot. Like, I think once we got past where the last bus stop was,
now we know why.
Yeah, now we know why, because I turned around to her and I was like, man, it really cleared up, like there's not as many people. And now we know why, is because there's no bus past this point. So we got to actually spend a little bit of time out here and feel like we're like not surrounded by people, which was cool. I gotta admit, those bear bells get pretty annoying after a while. I know why the bears stay away from them now. So, and it's not like it is back home where somebody will just have one bear bell. People have like 5 and 6 of them like hanging off their packs and stuff, and it's just ching 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 all the way down the trail. So it's nice to enjoy some peace and quiet. But anyway, the hike continues. So we reached a section of the trail where the trail was closed and they made us detour up onto the road. It looks like that retaining wall is collapsed down there. That's why they've got the path closed. That's a lot of concrete to fall over like that.
Hopefully they'll repair it soon, because this road is dangerous.
Yeah, I think it would probably be safer off walking down there than
there's no shoulder.
Yeah, than walking on this road. I think I'd rather take my chances down there. like chestnuts or something. This is the longest stretch we've gone without seeing anybody else.
I know. We'll probably do like another afternoon crowd. This is the morning crowd that we were full of.
Stick the camera in there and see what comes. I saw those branches moving over there and I thought, oh my gosh, there's something over there, there's a critter over there. So I crept down those steps there, trying to get close enough to get a shot of whatever it might be. And it's just the water. That branch is like in the water, and it's the flow of the water just moving the branch. Thought I was gonna get to see something. No such luck, which if you ask me, so apparently Japan does have some sort of Bigfoot-like creature. I believe it's called the Hibagon or Hibagan. I'm not sure on the pronunciation, but you don't hear a lot about it. And you know, being in a place like this makes me think like, oh well, maybe you know, maybe there's a possibility. But you know, Japan is an island, and you know, it's a big island, but it's still an island. And I mean, we've walked almost 5 miles at this point through this, and we've seen like no wildlife whatsoever, like a bird, I think. So that really makes me think that probably, I mean, I'm not gonna make a definitive statement, but not likely to be any large undiscovered primates running around Japan. But you know, they do have a lot of the same types of legends and myths that a lot of the Native American tribes have. You know, the Kappa, which actually live by water, which are said to, you know, steal children and women and drag them under the waves. And it's very similar to a lot of myths and legends that Alaska Natives and other Native Americans have. So I mean, who knows? But just for my time here, we are in a national forest, and we've walked around quite a bit. I'm very surprised at the lack of wildlife, given how green and lush everything is. But keep in mind, we are on a well-trafficked trail. We've seen a lot of people, a lot of bear bells, and that may be the reason for it. But you know, I'm impressed with the beauty, and I'm disappointed by the lack of wildlife. But still having a great time, still having a good walk, a good hike. But yeah, this is a Japanese national forest. So we were complaining about the lack of wildlife, and she points over here and she goes, oh my god, look at a bird, it's a crane or egret. And sure enough, like, I thought I saw it too, but turns out it's just pareidolia. It's just a branch sticking out of the water. So it doesn't have to be just Bigfoot for pareidolia to take effect. But thought we were about to have our one and only wildlife sighting, but as you can see, it's just a stick.